Hello and welcome to the Out of Work Sidekicks podcast YouTube channel. My name is Jeremy.
My name is Justin.
Thank you for joining us. Today
Indeed.
we're going to be checking out the second trailer for Captain Marvel.
I know.
It looks really good. We weren't going to do it at first because usually we just do that first trailer, but this one
Mhm.
had a lot of stuff that we feel we should talk about.
Yeah, there's definitely things that upon further watchings and watching it on things that aren't my small phone,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's really cool. And it reveals stuff without revealing stuff.
Yeah.
And putting this together with the first trailer and just what we know about the movie so far,
Mhm.
there's a lot of stuff.
So let's jump into it. We're going to pause and talk about stuff as we go, but you guys will see the trailer, and here we go.
So we're starting with the train
Yep.
again.
So, Skrulls
We get a little
are the
extension here.
bad
This is
guys.
Yeah, I think they showed her punching out an old lady and a lot of people went,
yeah. So
The growl's a nice touch, and then her acrobatics are really
yeah,
good.
let's this isn't a normal old
And
lady.
you're a
Yeah.
Kree, a race of noble warriors.
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
Now that's interesting because it shows her perception on the Kree, which we know from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Ronan the Accuser that the Kree are not necessarily nice.
Yes.
So,
So they wouldn't be considered noble heroes.
right. Her group of Star Force again.
Like the red to
Your
blue.
life
Mhm.
began the day it nearly ended. We found
Now, back here in the far right corner, if I keep going back, maybe it'll be clear. There we go. Pretty sure that's Jude Law.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Just on other scenes that we see later on in the trailer, and it's definitely Kree.
Yes,
You can see the
colors.
the neon greeny stuff, so it's definitely Kree, and I would imagine probably Jude Law.
Okay.
We'll talk more about him later.
All right, fair enough.
we found you.
Our first look at Hala, H-A-L-A,
Yeah.
as we went over
No
many times
memory.
last time.
We
Yeah.
made you one of
Now,
us.
this is interesting. I missed the mark again because that's what I do. So, we've talked about this on the show. We'll talk about it here. The Kree are ruled by what's called the Supreme Intelligence, which
Right.
is a collection of the greatest minds of the Kree
Okay.
into one being. Usually it's a giant squid head-looking creepy thing.
Yeah.
This room being so ominous and full of light, I'm thinking Annette Bening could be the Supreme Intelligence.
Okay, so you're thinking the room is her, but she's formed into this
Right.
being here. Okay,
Mhm.
all right, that makes sense.
A la Ego from Guardians 2.
Yes.
So you could live longer,
And it also talks about,
stronger,
in this scene that I'm talking over,
superior.
that they injected her with Kree blood
You were
and is kind of infused her and made her, more superhuman.
Gotcha.
And this scene here, we originally thought was the Kree screwing with her brain, but that's a Skrull.
Yes, they're
In
on
the
the left
left.
side there. Yeah.
So this suggests that perhaps the Skrull capture her at
Mhm.
some point, and maybe then she breaks free, has a space romp, and then falls to Earth in the to the blockbuster.
Okay.
So maybe this is sort
Early
of
on in the movie, yeah.
the beginnings of her journey.
Okay, that makes sense.
you were reborn.
Still like that.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely.
keep
Yeah.
having these memories. Something in my past is the key to all of this.
Good old young Nick Fury looking amazing.
You know,
I love her
that's-
powers.
We'll see.
That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
And here we have an early Quinjet. I didn't know for sure until I looked at it on a bigger screen,
Yeah.
but that is absolutely a Quinjet. And what is really cool is that the color scheme of the white and red
Yeah.
is how the Quinjets for the Avengers are portrayed in like the comics and cartoons.
I like that.
Yeah. And I'm not going to back it up because it's irritating, but if you look on the ground when they're showing the shield complex,
Mhm.
it says Pegasus.
Okay.
And Pegasus is the complex that we see at the beginning of the first Avengers movie where they're testing the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm glad you spot these things.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm here so we can capture it.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to know?
That was a nice little Star-Lordian
Yeah. With the
whoosh.
And there it is, that hair again. It's getting
Yeah.
caught up there.
Yeah, it's like that's how we made a joke on the show that it's just jamming the helmet.
Yeah,
but
like it's supposed to shut over her head, but it's not used to the long
too much hair.
Yeah. So it kind of just, but it is very cool. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the detail to do that. So cool.
Like to know
Our first hearings of Ben Mendo's voice,
what you really are.
He's a great villain voice.
and likely him,
Mm-hmm.
where she got her powers.
Okay.
And his line, "Would you like to know who you really are?"
Yeah.
suggests that he is in fact there when she gets her powers,
Yeah, yeah.
and knows that the Kree are screwing with her. So maybe the Skrulls aren't quite as horrible as we're being led to believe, though in the comics they are quite horrible.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Still looking
I
amazing.
think I had a life
I
here.
love the look of the Skrulls. And we get a better look
Telling-
later on. So here, this is her dog tag from when she was an Air Force pilot.
Yeah.
And we can see that half of it is broken off.
Mm-hmm.
And in a recent Funko Pop ad
Okay.
for the Funkos that are coming out for this movie,
Yeah.
she's referred to on one of them as Verse, VERS,
Okay.
and that's the part of her dog tag that's missing.
It is. You're
So
right.
possibly that's all that's left after the accident.
So that's why they call her
Verse.
Verse.
Yeah.
I like that. So this broke off, stayed on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
All she had left was the verse, and that's why they call it Verse. Very good. Did you think of that?
No.
That's okay. You should have took complete credit. No one will ever confront you.
I mean,
about it.
yes.
I'll
Yes,
let it
I
that
did.
part out. Don't worry.
You telling me?
Another thing, even though we keep pausing and over audio, she's talking about how she doesn't trust what someone is saying to her, and then they show Jude Law.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, he's in the woods, likely on Earth, which
Mhm.
is where she had the crash, which leads me to think that that was him at the beginning of the trailer.
Okay, okay.
But I'm wondering if this line, or at least part of it, might be directed at Jude Law.
Okay.
The other possibility we'll talk about in a sec.
All right.
You've come a long way, but you're not as strong as you think.
Very villainy thing to say.
This war is
That's
just
awesome.
the beginning.
That is so cool.
That looks so great.
It does.
The scrolls, like in that first trailer, we just got a brief glimpse, and
Yeah.
it was essentially the Entertainment Weekly photo that was released.
Yeah, it was a
And that's-
blink and you miss it thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all we've seen of them.
Yep.
This is our best look. What I'm assuming is Talus, Ben Mendelsohn's scroll character.
Mhm.
That looks so freaking cool.
It looks spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's freaking perfect.
I-
I love their makeup. It's
Yeah.
just fantastic.
It's really good.
Our only shot of Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this might be towards the end, and perhaps this is Carol destroying some Kree ships.
Okay, yeah, because I kind of show her doing that
Mhm.
later on in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Is
Ben
no,
Mendelsohn.
Okay.
I didn't catch this at first because it's such a quick blip and you
Yeah.
miss it. But this is probably Ben Mendelsohn trying to get S.H.I.E.L.D. people to stop Fury and Danvers from leaving.
Okay. In that hangar there where we saw him leave with the early Quinjet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not. gonna
Because
fight
there's
your
the
war.
hangar.
Yeah.
And I missed it again. Eek back. That is the same room that Annette Bening was in.
Oh, yeah.
You see the light coming down. It's a very similar structure. And she's talking about, I'm not going to fight your war. I'm going to finish it. Because I know we're not going to actually hear those lines because I'm going to skip over it. But that makes me think that perhaps Annette Bening is the Supreme Intelligence.
Okay.
Maybe the whole thing about, I'm not going to trust everything you say or whatever from earlier, she's saying it to Bening
Yeah.
instead of Jude Law.
Okay.
Could be.
Yeah.
But perhaps Annette Bening is the true big villain. I think we're going to see a ton of villains in this,
Mm-hmm.
from Ronan to Jude Law to Talus, but I'm wondering if Annette Bening is the Supreme Intelligence and is the main villain
Maybe. Okay.
out of all of these villains.
Yeah, could be.
Still love that.
Yeah.
And her going, I can't remember what they call it, but a bionic or something like that.
Yeah, freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're thinking right there where she's destroying all the ships is what Ronan is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
And here we get our first look at Goose, known
Yep.
as Chewie
You
in the
can see
trailer
it
in the
about
comics.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like you said, there It's Chewie in the comics, but yeah, Goose in the movie. We're not. I mean, we get the Goose reference.
Yeah,
She's a
Top
pilot.
Gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Disney owns Star Wars,
Yeah.
so I don't know why they would change it, other than maybe to reiterate the time frame, because this
Okay.
was in the 90s. Star Wars was in the 70s. Obviously, people still loved it.
Yeah.
But Top Gun would be a slightly more current thing that she would have watched while she was, training to be a pilot or
Okay.
whatever.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good argument. Yeah.
hmm And in the comics, Chewie, Goose, is an alien that just happens to look like a cat.
Okay.
And some have thought that him swatting down Fury's hand is him being a sentient being
Okay.
and like doing it on purpose as someone saying stop that instead
Yeah.
of a cat just saying stop that.
Because cats don't do that.
Well, I know cats do that,
No,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And another theory is with his closeness to Goose that he could be the one that Fury trusted before he lost his eye. Like he says in Winter Soldier. Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye because of the scratches. That maybe it's Goose.
Maybe. Okay.
That seems a bit
Is
of a
it-
stretch.
It's voiced by Vin Diesel.
That'd be great.
Little thing. Aren't you cute? And what's your name, huh?
Fury.
What's cute? I'll be back.
Just seeing him flying over the cat's pretty damn cute.
There
And
it
it's
is.
out in March.
Yeah.
So that was the trailer. Looks amazing.
It does.
I cannot wait for this movie.
Yeah. It looks awesome. I mean, I'm super pumped about it. I've been pumped since we first saw the first trailer, and it
Mhm.
looks so good. I mean, all the de-aging looks great. Ben Mendelsohn's gonna be great.
hmm
I
The 90s setting, the Kree
Yeah.
Skrull War. I'm excited to see some backstory on the Kree and stuff because I'm always watching Marvel movies, but when you watch Guardians, there's so little info on the Kree.
yeah.
So to see Hala, to potentially see the Supreme Intelligence,
Mhm.
to see how that works.
Yeah.
And Skrulls that look amazing.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, that's all we got for this one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do another one for the Avengers trailer that we finally got.
Yes.
So click on that one next. It should be there in our video list.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.